Hello, this is the weekly recap, and I'm your host. You're watching the Sports Zone. This is the NFL news for the week, January 26th through February 1st. Monday, the 26th. Green Bay Packers hire former Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon as their next defensive coordinator. The defense was very good, and then they got unhealthy. All of them got hurt, and then it just kind of fell down from there. Tuesday, the 27th, Bills hire their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. I think it's a lazy hire, with all the... They waited a little bit late because they were in the playoffs, and then they fired their guy. I think they could have got somebody better. Ultimately, they just promoted their guy up. He could be really good, but he doesn't have any head coaching experience. Quarterback Shedeur Sanders added to the Pro Bowl games, replacing Drake May. I don't think that he's a Pro Bowler. I think that he has the talent there to be a Pro Bowler. I think that as the years go on, he will develop to be a Pro Bowler, but I think it would have went to Trevor Lawrence. But I do want to say congratulations to Shedeur Sanders. Titans hire former Giants head coach Brian Daboll as their next offensive coordinator. He will be joining Robert Saleh, the new head coach there. Wednesday, the 28th, wide receiver T. Higgins added to the Pro Bowl games. He's very, very good. Kind of had a down year, but he performed very, very well. Browns hire former Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken as their head coach. I like Todd Monken. He's a very good offensive coordinator. Built one of the top offenses in the NFL. Very good, very good. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb added to the Pro Bowl games. Had a down year. Wasn't one of the best, wasn't one of the most performing, but performed enough to make the Pro Bowls. Thursday, the 29th, Atlanta Falcons hire Bears assistant GM Ian Cunningham as their next general manager. Falcons are coming in there and rebuilding. I like it. I like the move. I like the hire. Hopefully he can bring in some good guys to build a football team. Eagles hire Packers quarterback coach as their next offensive coordinator. He's pretty good, but we'll just have to see how he is. He's a quarterback coach, so those don't really get brought up much. So we'll just have to see how he develops as an offensive coordinator. Friday the 30th, quarterback Joe Flacco named to the Pro Bowl games. He's pretty good. Started his season off with the Browns, went to the Bengals, and took over as their quarterback until Burrow got back. He had a pretty good season. Overall, the Bengals had a disappointing season, but Jalen Hurts added to the Pro Bowl games. Not one of the most talented years out of the talented quarterback. He's very talented, but didn't have a talented year. He had more of a down year, but still very good quarterback. No news Saturday. Sunday, February 1st, Cardinals hire Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur as their next head coach. Has had a very great offense. I think it'll be really good hire for the Cardinals. The Rams will be on their fourth offensive coordinator in the past 5 or 6 years, I think it is. Raiders hire Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak. Very, very good offensive coordinator. I'm excited to see what he can do with the Raiders. Probably will have his quarterback Fernando Mendoza. I'm excited to see them group up together and see what they can do. Now I'm going to be grading every coaching hire as the coaching carousel is over. Cardinals Mike LaFleur, B+. He's a first-time head coach. Had a very good offense with the Rams. So I guess we'll just see. Falcons Kevin Stefanski, A. Two-time coach of the year. He had those 2 playoff appearances. He brought the Browns to. And then he had a couple of down years with the Browns. Ultimately, I think that some of it was his fault. I don't think the whole thing's your fault. Just so much change. GM, he's got to take the blame for some of that stuff that went on there. Ravens, Jesse Minter, former Chargers defensive coordinator. I give that a B+. He's a very good defensive coordinator, but I guess we'll just have to see. It's going to be a hard job taking over for John Harbaugh. Could be one of the best NFL head coaches right now that he's taken over for. So, we'll just have to see. Bills, Joe Brady. Like I said, it's going to be a B-, but like I said, it's kind of a lazy hire. But I like Joe Brady. He knows the offense, he knows the team, so he knows Josh Allen. That's very good because, you've already developed a relationship with Josh Allen, so you should just be able to keep moving on. Browns, Todd Monken, B+. I think that there's already something with him and Shedeur there because they met each other. He said, we were trying to draft you the whole draft last year. So I think that they'll be talented together. I'd like to see the Browns do good next year. I like to see them succeed. Dolphins, Jeff Hafley, C-. I don't really know. Browns, if I was going to hire Jeff Hafley, I think I would have stayed with my head coach that we already had. Not one of the best. Not one of the best. Giants, John Harbaugh, A+, one of the best head coaches to ever do it. I think he has a lot of talent going in there with quarterback Jackson Dart, running back Cam Scatterboo, and wide receiver Malik Neighbors. They're all very talented. Raiders, Clint Kubiak, B+. He's a very good offensive coordinator. He'll have to do some developing as a first-time head coach, but I like to see him there with Fernando. Steelers, Mike McCarthy, C+. He had really, really good years. He also didn't have one of the best. He also had a couple of down years. So he's going to take over there, and he expects Aaron Rodgers to be the quarterback. So could go either way. Titans, B-, Robert Saleh. Very good defensive coordinator. Got fired by the Jets. They weren't one of the best, but it's hard to be a good coach for the Jets. Moving on to the college football news. No news Monday, no news Tuesday, no news Wednesday, no news Friday. Really, it's one of the down parts, until you get to one of the down parts till you get to spring practice, Once the transfer portal ends, you don't get much news. But Saturday, LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier boosts his draft stock, throwing 2 scoring drives in the Senior Bowl. Didn't have one of the greatest years with LSU. Didn't do very great. Then he got hurt, got injured, and was out for a little bit of the season. But I'd like to see him be a good quarterback in the NFL. I like him. No news Sunday. Moving on to the MLB news. This is also one of the down parts of the offseason. Monday, no news. Tuesday, no news. Wednesday, no news. Thursday, no news. Friday, no news. Saturday, Athletics signed 23-year-old shortstop Jacob Wilson to a 7-year, $70 million extension. He's got very good young talent. He's very young, very talented. I'd like to see the Athletics do good. They're building their new stadium, so they got a lot of momentum coming in. And that's the weekly recap. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.